Hey, what's going on, everybody? Just figured I'd come on here for a little bit, talk about the 53-man roster. A lot of the decisions that were made were not super surprising. So, yeah, the fact that the defensive line is 11 deep is freaking ridiculous. But again, not surprising. You knew the Niners were going to have a heavy rotation on the defensive line, and sure enough, that's exactly what they did. One surprising thing is that they're only going with two quarterbacks. That was the one thing that shocked me off the top. So I figure we just get right to it here. First thing I will say is that the Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance thing is going to be something interesting to watch throughout the early part of the year. Are they really going to go with a two quarterback system, or is it going to be more traditional once the season starts? But yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance are the only two quarterbacks listed on the depth chart. Um, who knows if they'll bring somebody in and put them on the practice squad? A lot of these 53-man rosters can change from the next couple days. Once things get settled in and guys, you know, you might see different players come on to different rosters or guys clear waivers and then make their way back onto the practice squad. Certain injured players, same thing. So, be definitely interesting to see. The running back uh, depth is not a surprise whatsoever. If you look at it, you got Raheem Mostert, Trey Sermon, Jamichael Hasty, who played his way on with a fantastic preseason, Elijah Mitchell, and of course Kyle Juszczyk, the fullback. And Wayne Gallman, not surprised that he didn't make the team. This team had a glut of running backs. I'm sure Wayne Gallman will catch on somewhere. I'm almost positive. I don't see him not. And just the fact that the Niners had so many, so they had to separate, or they had to, let go of one. So Wayne Gallman was that guy. Receiver wise, I was a little bit surprised that both Travis Benjamin and Nasimba Webster did not make the roster. We have Brandon Ayuk, no surprise. Debo Samuel, no surprise. Mohamed Sanu, feeling way healthier this year, so he made the roster. Trent Sherfield, no surprise there. He's been fantastic with camp and preseason, so way to go, Trent Sherfield. Jalen Hurd, someone who I doubted making this roster, and I'm still surprised, actually made the roster. And Jawan Jennings. So Ayuk, Debo Samuel, Mohamed Sanu, Trent Sherfield, Jalen Hurd, and Jawan Jennings. The Niners actually have three receivers with some good size on top of the other guys that they have. So they got I can't say they're burners, but they're smaller, quicker guys. And now they got also, three decent possession receivers too. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Niners line things up with the keeping of Jawan Jennings and Jalen Hurd. You wonder if they'll be on the field at the same time. But yeah, receiver pretty much went according to plan. I don't see any surprises. Tight end, George Kittle, Ross Dwelly, and Charlie Warner. Wasn't surprised on those either. Didn't think Michael Pruitt or Jordan Matthews would make the team, so I'm not surprised on any of these moves. Kittle and Dwelly, of course, were going to make it, no doubt. And I just thought Charlie Warner, with his ability to block, kind of kept him on the roster. Jordan Matthews, nice that he did what he did with his body to get himself, at least trying to play tight end. But I never thought he was going to be someone that would stick long term. We go to offensive line. Alex Mack, Daniel Brunskill, Aaron Banks, Tom Compton, Mike McGlinchey, Trent Williams, Laken Tomlinson, and Jalen Moore. Jalen Moore is probably going to be your swing tackle with Sean Coleman being injured. And, I wonder if Sean Coleman will be put on the practice squad or something down the road. But, Colton McKivitz, drafted last year, already gone. Niners didn't waste any time with that one. And there was the center, Jake Brendel, that I thought they were going to keep, but they decided to move on from him too. So pretty much par for the course through quarterback, running back, receiver, tight end, and offensive lineman. Go to defensive line, which is a glut of guys. You got D Ford, Samson Ebukam, Kevin Givens, Eric Armstead, Zach Kerr, DJ Jones, Contavious Street, Maurice Hurst, Nick Bosa, Arden Key, and Javon Kinlaw. And of course, Jordan Willis, week 6. So pretty deep, fantastic defensive line. The Niners are loaded. Hopefully they can keep them healthy. The thing with the Niners is a lot of people are saying they should trade some of those guys and move on from them. I say don't. I say keep them all. Knowing this team and knowing their injury history, I think it'd be smart to keep as many guys as possible on the defensive line. So hopefully that's exactly what they do. Having a healthy D Ford and a Samson Ebukam is going to be awesome. You can split time and, rest guys and put them on a pitch count. And that'll be something that I think the Niners are going to do. Same thing with Nick Bosa. When you got guys like Arden Key who can rush off the end. And you got, of course, when Jordan Willis comes back in week 6, that'll be interesting too. And we go to linebacker. I was surprised that Jonas Griffith was traded today to the Denver Broncos for a couple of day 3 picks. I was actually hoping he'd make the roster, but that did not happen. So Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, Aziz Al-Shaair, Demetrius Flannigan-Fowles, and Marcel Harris. I wonder if Marcel Harris is going to play with the same number 36, or if he's going to trade in his number for a linebacker number. But yeah, I was surprised with Jonas Griffith. I thought he was going to make the team. It would have been nice, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. And I think the Niners have a good, pretty talented linebacking core. Aziz Al-Shaair actually had a really good college career, so hopefully he gets better this year. Demetrius Flannigan-Fowles, I don't remember if he was on the team last year. And then, of course, Marcel Harris. But, yeah, the Niners are a pretty loaded team. They have a lot of depth. So a lot of these rosters, situations and decisions weren't really that difficult to make, if you ask me. As we go to cornerback here, this is the group that has me nervous the most. Jason Verrett, of course, Emmanuel Mosley, K'Wan Williams, Diamador Lenore, Ambry Thomas, and Devontae Harris. A late free agent signing, pre or during training camp, I forget. I'm actually kind of happy he's on the roster. A little bit of veteran leadership, someone who's been in the league. Ambry Thomas to me is the one that's the most of a concern to me, for sure. Just because of how he played in the preseason, and he seems to be the one that's kind of lagging behind a little bit. Looks like he needs a lot of work. Diamador Lenore is definitely the better of the 2 draft picks. Not perfect by any means, but he did wait until his last preseason game to give up a catch. So that says something about him. You wonder if the Niners are going to make any moves on any free agent corners that might come into the market, just to shore up their defensive secondary. I would not be shocked, and I would actually be for it because I think the Niners could use it. For safety, we got Jimmy Ward, Jaquiski Tart, Talanoa Hufanga, and Tavon Wilson. Unfortunately, Clinton Dix did not make the roster. Niners have a really good safety group here. It was just a matter of numbers, really, if you think about it. And Jimmy Ward and Jaquiski Tart, the Niners are counting on him to be healthy this year, so hopefully that's the case, and that's what they do. Hufanga, the scouting report that he was slow and all that stuff coming out of the combine, He looks nothing but more than a capable safety. So, sometimes guys slip through the cracks in the draft, man, and they make their way onto NFL rosters. So I'm definitely uh, I'm definitely not shocked that he made the 53. And Tavon Wilson was just there the longest in camp, and played a lot with the starting defense. So that wasn't a shock either. I never thought that Clinton Dix would actually make the roster. So I'm not super surprised that he didn't make it. And then, of course, as we go to the final bit of the roster specialist, we got Robbie Gould, Mitch Wisnowski, and Tabor Pepper, the long snapper. And I'm not the biggest fan of a lot of these guys, especially Mitch Wisnowski and Robbie Gould. But, unless there's something really better out there, you're not going to make a move for a place kicker, but it'll definitely be something to see this year if the Robbie Gould can kind of turn it on a little bit. He had a little bit of a rough preseason, so we'll definitely see. The season's coming soon, guys. I can't wait. I can't believe the 53 is set. It's going to be fun going soon here with the season starting. How you doing, Amin the Dream? How's my night going? I'm actually just wanted to get on quick and talk about the 53. Not really much else going. I think you're the first person to talk in chat, which is fine. I got on kind of late, so I'm not super surprised that this is not an active chat. I'm usually on a lot earlier, but yeah, that's your 53-man roster for your San Francisco 49ers. I am actually going to be right back off camera. I got to let my cat out. I'll be right back. Yep. So 53 is set. You wonder if anything's going to go on in the next couple days with the roster. I'll definitely be watching the waiver wire for sure. And then, of course, you're going to get your eventual practice squad being announced. I don't know exactly when that happens, but it'll be interesting to see who's on the practice squad, who the Niners bring back. You wonder if Nasimba Webster might be one of those guys. I would assume Travis Benjamin's probably going to catch on with another team. I wouldn't think the Niners would put him on the practice squad, but I could be wrong. I don't know how the practice squad works this year, but I think, it's, what is it, like 15 players deep, 12 players deep. So you can definitely stash some guys on there. Be interesting to see who the Niners put on there, of the guys that they've cut. Like I said, Jonas Griffith was somebody that I wish they would have kept, but they could get some draft value for him. So that's what they did. Yeah, but they have so many. Dude, their running backs room is so loaded with Jermichael Hasty looking so good in the preseason. It was just a matter of numbers, man. It wasn't because of lack of ability. They just had a lot of guys. It's always a good problem to have when you have a lot of depth and you can, cast off somebody and still be set at the position. They're set at defensive line and running back. They're two of their deepest positions. I would say this is the best roster they've had in the Lynch Shanahan era as far as depth through the roster. I would say they're better than the 2019 team. Whether they play better than the 2019 team is a whole other thing. They're expected to win week 1. They're expected to win week 2. You wonder how they're going to do. The quarterback position is still a question for me. If Jimmy can stay healthy, if Jimmy can play mistake-free as much as possible, and if the offensive line can hold up with injuries, hopefully, Trent Williams can stay healthy. Alex Mack, with his age, can stay healthy. This team isn't without questions. They're definitely talented and they're definitely deep. But the injury situation is the thing that is always going to be over the team until they have a season where they're not, putting 15 guys on injured reserve. So, definitely not super surprised with this 53-man roster, but definitely happy. Happy that they kept 11 defensive linemen. That is freaking great. They are so deep at D line. It's good with Arden Key and with Jordan Willis coming up off the edge behind and Samson at Bucom off the edge with resting guys like Bosa and D Ford is going to be nice. Yeah, that right side of the O line is definitely scary. Mike McGlinchey is definitely a question mark for sure. I am concerned about guard. I don't exactly know. It looks like right guard might be. Let me look back at the depth chart here. Looks like probably he's going to be Daniel Brunskill again, unfortunately. Not the biggest Daniel Brunskill fan. I mean, he's a solid journeyman backup, but I don't see him being much more than that. But, if Aaron Banks would have came in and stole that job and been in better shape, we wouldn't be having this discussion for sure. But that's definitely a concern. But if the running game is successful and the Niners can, work that play action and that, misdirection stuff with the quarterback, the option game, it'll definitely be a way to keep pass rush off of the quarterbacks is by just pounding them with the run, not knowing what direction they're going to go. I think using the quarterback, Trey Lance, as, an option in the run game is definitely going to have defenses scrambling anytime he's in the game because you're not going to know what he's going to do. And then the fact that he's able to throw the ball too is going to be awesome. Yeah, I had high hopes for Bank too, man. Definitely is not lived up. Although the report coming out of the draft was he was slow-footed and the worst of the linemen at Notre Dame. When I say worst, I mean they're pretty loaded on that offensive line. So he was definitely the worst of that line. So, yeah, not super surprised that he's struggling with the fact that he has slow feet and the Niners run a very active run game where guys have to pull. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. Hopefully he can, get in the weight room and get better. I'm not going to cast him off yet for sure, but he's going to have to really prove himself quickly this year, especially if he gets, thrust into action with an injury or something. So we will see. Definitely something to keep an eye on and definitely a cause for concern. But, we have a little over a week until the season is officially, we're playing the Detroit Lions, and I cannot wait. I think that's a 1:00 start for me. I'm an East Coaster, so I'm trying to think where Detroit is. I'm not exactly sure when that game starts, but it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Got the NFL Sunday ticket, so I'm going to be watching a game. And then I'll try to do my best to get on live after games. If I can't get on live after games, I'll do my best to do stuff, the day after, maybe like a Monday morning quarterback type thing. But yeah, this is definitely a roster that is pretty much like I thought it was going to be. So I'm not super surprised. Why did they draft them? It doesn't make sense. Your guess is as good as mine with this front office sometimes, man. They make these magnificent picks in the late round, and you give them their credit for where it's due, and then they make some bonehead decisions early on in the draft that just have you scratching your head. I really hope Jalen Hurd works out. I really hope he stays healthy this year, and the Niners would be right. Hopefully, they're right in their decision to keep him. But yeah, as far as Aaron Banks goes, that was a bonehead draft pick. I would assume there were other guards out there that the Niners could have went after that fit their run scheme better, but I guess they wanted a mauler because they wanted to hit teams up the middle too, instead of just on the edges. But I don't know, man. Your guess is as good as mine for sure. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to come on real quick, discuss the 53, talk about it a little bit. I might have a stream tomorrow, depending on how the day goes. I might be helping my brother build a fire pit in my house, outside my house, so I might not be on. Got to do some housework, but if you guys are on tomorrow, I might pop on. Um, I hope the receivers learn to catch Trey's balls. Yeah, me too. Would be nice, right? You know, especially when they're open and it's in stride. They just have to learn to catch that velocity, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much, I think, going to do it for me, guys. Just wanted to get on real quick, announce the 53, get in, get on with life. But I'll definitely make maybe another video tomorrow. I'll definitely be on this week for sure as we get closer to the season. I know a lot of people didn't come in here, but that's all right. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm just actually about to get going. It's been kind of a quiet chat in here, so I appreciate you coming in. Just wanted to announce the 53. Everybody's live tonight doing the same thing, so I figured there'd be a lot of competition, so I'm surprised no one's here. Yeah, thank you very much. Fire pits, cool, peace. All right, man. Appreciate it, guys. All right, guys. I'll talk to everybody later. Everybody have a good night. Everybody stay safe and healthy. And till the next time, guys, I'll see you on the flip side. See ya.